Hello! Today I'm going to continue a story about Seraphina, a fairy princess who's defying convention. And in the last episode, she was practicing swordplay in the night because it's not suitable for a fairy princess to do. She makes a deal with a palace seneschal, Barnaby, that if she can beat him in a month, she can continue training. And she does. The next morning, she gets in an argument with her mother and completely ruins the whole plot, telling everyone about her love of swordplay. And that's where we left off. She went back to her room and she stormed off. She went back to her room, and that's where we'll continue today. And so ChatGPT is writing the story, if you haven't been aware. I'm just giving it prompts. So here's my prompt to start today off. Continue the narrative with a new chapter. One day, Seraphina is training in the swords room during the day, since she is no longer trying to hide her practice. A young noblewoman comes in to watch her brother practice duel palace swordsman. Seraphina is distracted by her. Now, if you watched my other videos, you would know that I have to make this gay. So, yeah. Let us see what ChatGPT gives us. Ooh. Chapter 2, The Distracted Duel. Seraphina's days in the palace were filled with diligent training and exploration of her newfound passion. The sword practice room had become her sanctuary, where she immersed herself in honing her skills. No longer burdened by secrecy, she had embraced her identity as a swordswoman in training. On a sunny afternoon, as rays of golden light filtered through the stained glass windows, Seraphina found herself engrossed in her practice. Her wings fluttered with precision, guiding her swift movements as she sparred with a practice dummy. The sound of her sword cutting through the air reverberated through the room, matching the rhythm of her determined heart. Unbeknownst to Seraphina, a young noblewoman named Genevieve had entered the room, her eyes alight with curiosity. She was accompanied by her brother, Lord William, a dashing and skilled swordsman who had come to engage in a practice duel with one of the palace's seasoned swordsmen. Genevieve had heard whispers of a fairy princess training in secret, defying societal norms, and pursuing a path that went beyond her traditional fairy duties. Intrigued by such stories, she had convinced her brother to accompany her and witness the supposed prowess of this fairy warrior. Oh, that's a twist. That's not what I was intending. As Seraphina continued her precise strikes, a flash of movement caught her attention. She turned her head, her eyes meeting the gaze of Genevieve. Seraphina's concentration wavered, her thoughts briefly derailed by the noblewoman's presence. The young princess halted her movements, her sword hanging by her side as she observed the unfolding duel between Lord William and the palace swordsman. She found herself captivated by the grace and skill displayed by the dueling combatants, her gaze alternating between the mesmerizing clash of blades and the ethereal beauty of Genevieve. Seraphina's heart fluttered with an unfamiliar sensation, an unspoken connection that tugged at her soul. She couldn't tear her eyes away from the noblewoman, her presence radiating a sense of elegance and mystery. The enchantment of the moment seized her. Momentarily forgotten were her own training and aspirations. Meanwhile, Genevieve felt a strange magnetism drawing her towards the fairy princess. Seraphina's delicate frame juxtaposed with the fierce determination in her eyes intrigued her. There was an undeniable spark between them, an unspoken understanding that transcended words. Caught in the throes of this unexpected connection, both Seraphina and Genevieve allowed the outside world to fade into the background. The clang of swords and the hushed murmurs of the spectators dissolved into a mere whisper. But as the duel reached its climax, a sudden clash of swords and a triumphant shout jolted Seraphina back to reality. She blinked, her focus shifting from Genevieve to the duel that had captivated her attention only moments before. Lord William emerged victorious, a triumphant grin adorning his face as he acknowledged the applause of the onlookers. Embarrassment washed over Seraphina, her cheeks turning a rosy hue. She had allowed herself to be swept away by the presence of the noblewoman. Forsaking her own practice and dedication, she quickly straightened her posture, resolute in her determination to regain her focus. As the duel concluded, Lord William approached Genevieve, a triumphant glint in his eyes. Seraphina quietly resumed her training, her movements fueled by a renewed determination. Though her heart still felt the lingering connection with Genevieve, she understood the importance of maintaining her own path. In that moment, Seraphina vowed to not let distractions deter her from her ambitions. She would continue to forge her own destiny as a... Ooh. I love it. See, I wanted her to be swept up in the romance, but I guess not. So I got to come up with some plot now that lets her pursue her ambitions. So let's see. Continuing the narrative from... She would continue to forge her own destiny as a... Seraphina practices diligently for the whole afternoon that day. She is exhausted when she leaves the practice room. She meets Barnaby in the corridor, during her walk back to her rooms, Should I let ChatGPT determine what they talk about in the corridor? Or should I tell ChatGPT to just what it's gonna happen? All right, I'm gonna let ChatGPT decide. Hopefully it's interesting. Continuing the narrative from she would continue to forge her own destiny as a... Seraphina practices diligently for the whole afternoon that day. She is exhausted when she leaves the practice room. She meets Barnaby in the corridor during her walk back to her rooms. They converse. Okay. Oh. ChatGPT made a new chapter, but I didn't want a new chapter. It didn't finish the old chapter. For some reason, I want to make ChatGPT a he, which is contrary to what AI is, or complex language models, because I understand that ChatGPT is not an AI, from what I understand, or because it doesn't have the ability to understand what it's writing. But anyway, I didn't want a new chapter, so I guess I gotta specify that next time. Chapter 3, Paths and Perspectives. The sun began its descent, casting a warm glow over the palace corridors as Seraphina stepped out of the practice room, her body weary, but her spirit invigorated. The intense training session had left her muscles aching, a testament to her unwavering dedication. As she walked along the opulent corridor, lost in her thoughts, a familiar figure appeared before her. It was Barnaby, his strong presence bringing a sense of comfort and familiarity. Seraphina's tired eyes brightened at the sight of her mentor. Barnaby, she greeted him with a warm smile. I must admit, I've pushed myself to the limit today, but it was worth it. Barnaby returned her smile, his eyes filled with pride. I could see your determination from afar, Princess Seraphina. You've come a long way since we started this journey together. Seraphina's weariness momentarily faded as excitement bubbled within her. Indeed I have, but there was a distraction today, someone who caught my attention during the duel. A noblewoman named Genevieve. There was something intriguing about her. Barnaby raised an eyebrow, his interest piqued. Genevieve, you say? Ah, the power of unexpected encounters. But remember, Princess, your path of a swordsman is your own. Distractions can divert your focus from the goals you've set for yourself. Seraphina nodded, understanding Barnaby's cautionary words. I know, Barnaby, and I will not allow myself to be sidetracked. Genevieve may have caught my eye, but my dedication to my training remains steadfast. I have a duty to myself and to our kingdom. I don't know where that duty to the kingdom came from, but all right. Barnaby's gaze softened, his voice filled with reassurance. That's the spirit, Princess. It warms my heart to see your unwavering commitment. Remember, your journey is not just about becoming a skilled woman, but also about discovering your true self along the way. Seraphina sighed, leaning against the ornate wall of the corridor. Sometimes it feels as if I am caught between two worlds, Barnaby. The world of a princess with its expectations and duties, and the world of a swordswoman, where I find my passion and purpose. It's a constant struggle to balance them. Barnaby placed a comforting hand on her shoulder, his voice filled with empathy. I understand, Princess, but let me remind you that the person you become is a culmination of both worlds. You can be a princess with a warrior spirit, and that, my dear, is a formidable combination. Seraphina contemplated his words, a mixture of determination and contemplation in her eyes. You're right, Barnaby. I shall embrace all aspects of myself unapologetically. I will continue to train and strive for excellence while also navigating the expectations of my royal heritage. Barnaby nodded approvingly. I have no doubt, Princess Seraphina, that you will carve a path unique to you and that intertwines the realms of princesshood and swordsmanship. Trust in your own strength, and you will overcome any challenges that lie ahead. As they bid each other farewell, Seraphina felt a renewed sense of purpose and resolve. She understood that her journey was not just about becoming a skilled swordsman, but also about finding her own identity within the realms that encompassed her life. With every step she took toward her chambers, Seraphina carried with her the knowledge that her path would be filled with both challenges and triumphs. And with Barnaby's guidance and her unwavering determination, she was... Bum, bum, bum. All right, so what is she gonna have next? Continue the narrative with start a new chapter. Sure. Weeks later, Seraphina is practically skipping to the practice room. Start her day of training. But in her inattentiveness, she bumps into someone. That someone is Lord William. It's friendly. He offers to practice with her. They head to the practice room and begin a friendly duel. Okay. Continue the narrative with Barnaby's guidance and her unwavering determination, she was, do not start a new chapter. Weeks later, Seraphina is practically skipping to the practice room to start her day of training. But in her inattentiveness, she bumps into someone. That someone is Lord William. He is friendly. He offers to practice with her. They head to the practice room and begin a friendly duel. Okay, this time ChatGPT started with what I wanted it to start with. Shouldn't gender the AI or the pseudo AI. All right. And with Barnaby's guidance and her unwavering determination, she was ready to face whatever challenges awaited her. Weeks had passed since the fateful encounter with Genevieve, and Seraphina's focus and skill had grown exponentially. She practically skipped through the palace corridors, her heart brimming with excitement as she made her way to the practice room to begin another day of rigorous training. Lost in her thoughts, Seraphina failed to notice the figure approaching from the opposite direction. In a moment of inattentiveness, their paths collided, causing both individuals to stumble backward. I apologize, Seraphina quickly offered, extending a hand to help the other person up. Her eyes widened in surprise as she recognized Lord William before her, his bright smile gracing his handsome features. No need for apologies, Princess Seraphina, Lord William replied, his tone friendly and warm. It seems we were both a bit lost in thought. Are you heading to the practice room as well? Now, it doesn't make sense if he's heading in the opposite direction, but we'll forgive it. Seraphina's cheeks flushed with embarrassment, but she returned his smile. Indeed I am. I was eager to continue my training. It's a pleasure to see you again, Lord William. Lord William chuckled, a twinkle of amusement in his eyes. The pleasure is mine, Princess. I must say your dedication and skill in the practice room have impressed me. I couldn't help but be intrigued. Seraphina's curiosity piqued at his words. You wish to practice with me, Lord William? Lord William nodded, extending his hand towards her. I would be honored to engage in a friendly duel with a fellow enthusiast. Shall we, Princess Seraphina? A mix of excitement and determination coursed through Seraphina's veins as she accepted his hand. Together, they made their way to the practice room, where the air crackled with anticipation. With a respectful bow, Lord William and Seraphina positioned themselves opposite each other, their swords raised in preparation. As they engaged in their friendly duel, their blades clashing and weaving a dance of skill and technique, the camaraderie formed between them. Seraphina marveled at Lord William's finesse and agility, his movements mirroring her own dedication to the art of swordplay. Their swords clashed and sparks flew, their mutual respect evident in every strike and parry. As the duel progressed, Seraphina's determination burned brightly within her. She matched Lord William's every move with unwavering focus, her skills honed through countless hours of practice. Their friendly duel served as a testament to their shared love for the art of swordsmanship, a language that transcended the boundaries of status and expectation. It was a moment of connection and mutual growth. As they pushed each other to new heights, as the duel drew to a close, Seraphina and Lord William stood before each other, their chests heaving with exertion. Beads of sweat trickled down their brows, yet their faces beamed with satisfaction and newfound respect. Lord William extended a hand towards Seraphina, a glimmer of admiration in his eyes. "Princess Seraphina, you have truly impressed me. Your dedication and skill are commendable. It would be an honor to practice with you again in the future." Seraphina's heart swelled with pride, accepting his hand with gratitude. "Likewise, Lord William, your expertise and friendly demeanor have made this duel a memorable experience. I look forward to crossing swords with you once more." As they left the practice room together, their friendship forged through the art of combat, Seraphina couldn't help but feel a sense of fulfillment and excitement in her journey to becoming a skilled swordswoman. Unexpected encounters and friendships. ... All right, that's it for today. ChatGPT doesn't make complete sense, so we'll see. But it's fun. See, after knowing some of these stories, I would add extra scenes in between some of this to fill out the narrative, which I might do. But that's it. Thank you so much, and hope you enjoy your night. Bye-bye.